Hey, lovely people. Hey, beautiful souls. Happy Tuesday, or whenever this video reaches you. I hope that all is well on your end. So, I like to just call this message here a channel motivational message, something that was on my mind. And I said, you know what? Maybe I need to just share this with the collectives and people out here. It's like self talk, conscious mind state talks. And I said, maybe I'll share it because maybe somebody needs to hear this, okay? So, the first part I want to say is to anybody that are small creators, small business people, and you've been working at your desires, your passions for a long, long time, do not give up. Do not compare yourself, okay? Because I know you're doing a lot of comparing. Now, a lot of times comparison could be good if you want to look at it for a motivational purpose to say, okay, like, let's say you're comparing yourself to someone doing the same thing that you're doing and you're trying to listen to their motivation of how they got started. That's good. But I do feel like some of you can be in this kind of comparing state as to, you know, I'm not on this level as this person. I've been putting in this much time as this person, and look where I'm at. I just want to tell someone out there to not give up on your dreams. If you are a small creator on YouTube or any other platforms that you are in, and I know it could be frustrated, trust me, I know because I'm a small creator. On TikTok, I have like 32 something followers, but still, it's like not all of those followers are really true, genuine supporters that support me. And I'm being real here. It's like ghost followers. That's what it feels like to me. But I do appreciate the ones that do. And that is the key word, okay? Get out there and use your voice. Spread joy, spread awareness, whatever you're doing, whatever the divine and God put you here on earth soil to do it. And yes, we have to accept the awareness of the pros and cons. Yes, it's going to be people that's not going to vibe and align with you. It's going to be because it doesn't resonate, or you're going to run through negative ass people that's going to find something negative to say about you. They're going to talk about your appearance. They're going to talk about what you do, whatever. But that's another thing. We have to be open to that, to understand that. I feel like a lot of us, when we're going into wanting to be a creator, putting ourselves out there, we really have to sit through the pros and cons and go, listen, this is really what's going to happen. I mean, for example, you guys look on social media and looking through the entertainments and look down what the trolls and things are writing, and they're saying it's about big entertainers. I digress, right? So we have to come to that acceptance that, hey, not everybody's gonna like me, and that's okay. You hear me? Not everybody's gonna like you, and that's okay. And I feel like when you have that part of acceptance, then you can move forward. Another thing you're gonna have to be accepting and realize is like, hey, it might take me a long time to get what I gotta be. I feel like if we put more of our focus on how many followers we're getting, how many views we're getting, we kind of like miss the message. Now, listen, don't get it twisted. Again, it's okay for you to have your frustration periods when it comes to you're putting all your created in your content in and you're not seeing that much traction. So I'm not telling you to be blind to it and not have feelings. I don't want you guys suppressing your emotions and your feelings. Let it out. Be angry, okay? I've been there, okay? I've been there when I've looked at times that I put in all my time and energy on my platforms and I'm not getting the views I'm supposed to be at. I got angry. I let that energy out, but then I said, okay, lift yourself back up, girl. But you're doing it. You're putting it out there, and eventually it is going to reach to the souls it's supposed to. I feel like this video in general is for anybody. I don't care what your talent is and what you're doing, whether you're doing it on social media or things you're even doing in person. You may get those period of times you're saying, I just really feel like giving up. But here's another thing I want to say about that too. Sorry for the noise you're hearing in the background, but this is another thing I want to put in here too. Even if you might find yourself saying, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, I want to switch it up and do something else, that's okay too. The purpose of this whole video here is to tell you it's okay, because this is who life, your life. So if you decide you want to make a change with something you're doing with yourself to do something else that's going to align with you, don't worry about what others are going to say. Because I feel like this energy, a lot of you guys want to make moves for your highest good and do things different for yourself here, but you're so worried about the outcome of what everybody's going to say. That's another thing I've been picking up too. Normalize you saying you want to make a change in your life. You know, we get one life, okay? But that doesn't mean we have to stick to one life that we have, right? We could do multiple things we want to do in our life. Just like when we hit different milestones in our life, we could do different chapters. It's nothing wrong with that. If there's something in your life that you're tired of and you feel like this doesn't resonate for your highest state, that's okay. That is showing that you and your soul no longer aligns with what it is. 9 out of 10, that just shows it was just a contract. It was just meant for you to do it at this time, for you to get into something else. Now, some people might say to that, well, why was I doing this for this whole time? Why couldn't I have been doing this? Because your mind state, okay, was not ready for that next level yet. So you had to go through maybe the odd jobs and all these situations until you got to the next level, because now physically and mentally you are ready for it, okay? Hear me out, because I know it may seem like the message is all over the place, but it's still leading back to that circle again to say, do you. Do what makes you feel happy and don't give up on yourself. But I especially wanted to strongly put this out here for content creators, even down to small businesses, okay? Small business owners, all right? Got small business owners here. You're trying to get your business going and you really just feel like you're not getting the audience you need, but you will. All it takes is that one video or that one conversation with somebody and it just goes up from there. But you gotta stop comparing. I said this on somebody's video on my main spiritual channel, and I said, just because you have two apples, right, and they're identical, you can have two red apples. Just because those apples are identical, right, and two individuals take those two apples, that don't mean that those two apples are gonna taste the same to those two different people. You see what I'm saying? Let's just say you got an apple stand and someone to you got an apple stand. Y'all both selling the same red apples, but maybe your background is different, your approach is different, their approach is different. I don't take that as a competition. I don't feel like you should go into it as competing, but two people can buy the apples from the same stand and can have a different taste of what they feel. Same thing. So don't get discouraged, guys, if because of what your passion is, there might be 100 other people doing it. All right. Like if you're motivating speaking, and we're seeing a lot of that, on platforms now, coaches, life coaches, spiritual coaches, physical coaches here, tarot readers, whatever your talent is, you might see 100,000 of them doing it, but everybody has a different unique gift. We're all unique. It doesn't matter. We're all doing the same thing. We all are unique in our own individual ways. Yes, we might have similar qualities as others, but we're still unique in our different way. Even two identical twins, guys, they may be identical, but they have their own unique different way. I don't care what anybody says about that. If you look up twins, you will see it. Twins may be twins. They might talk the same and do little things the same, but deep down inside, they have their own different unique ways. And then a lot of times you will have two different twins doing two different type of job positions, right? Two different things here. So that's another thing I want to say too, is don't compare yourself, because some of you are on that verge of saying, hey, maybe I should give up because everybody's doing this same thing. Okay, but is everybody you? Does everybody carry your name? Does everybody look like you? That's what you have to remember. So I want to tell people here that as small creators, small business owners, even if you're not even on social media, maybe this is a sign to get your butt up, get your phone. Don't stress because you don't have all these big gadgets that you see everybody have. You got to start somewhere, guys. Pick up a phone, pick up your computer, your tablet, whatever you got, and just talk. Nowadays, videos that is more raw. Okay, raw is like how my background look. I don't have any like big lights, camera lights or anything like that, which is dope, by the way, but I don't have all that stuff, right? Just having a raw video and just talking gets a lot of attention and a lot of views because people want to see that raw authenticity. And there's nothing wrong with that either, okay? So you have to start somewhere, I want you to look at some favorite creators or people you look up to. And then look at their videos. Look at the first video they ever made. A lot of them didn't really have all these high-tech technologies when they did their first video ever. Some did, some didn't. Okay? But don't let any distractions, temporary distractions that is, stop you and deteriorate you from your dreams. But I want to say this because I got to keep it real on here too. If you do feel a little discouraged, if you do feel a little blockage, that might be a time for you to step back Take that time for you and to analyze on what could I be doing different? What am I not doing more? What am I doing less? You have to analyze that. And then also, like I said previous too, if you get to this energy that you feel like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I tried something and I feel like this doesn't resonate for me. I want to do something else. There's nothing wrong with that either. Again, we have one life, but that doesn't mean we have to stick to one damn schedule. If you want to stick to one schedule all your life, cool, do it. That means that's the contract, that's the life you live. But if you feel like, listen, I've been doing a job, I've been doing a routine for the last 20, 25 years. This shit is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. It doesn't fulfill me. There's nothing wrong about that. I don't give a darn if you just tried something a week ago. You tried it for 1 week, 2 weeks, and a month, and you said to yourself, this is not resonating for me. That's okay. Okay, it's okay to step into something, try something, because how are you going to know that you like something really completely until you give it your all? But I don't want you guys sitting here saying you're a failure. Oh my gosh, this is all these things that I just don't like hearing my lovely souls I come in contact with think about themselves. And the reason why I go hard and do videos like these is because I've been in this place. And I have told people this once before on my main spiritual page, Empath Divine Intuitive, and that is for those that love spirituality, tarot, and all this stuff. If you don't worry about it. But I still have an open mind besides spirituality. But I remember what I told people is that when I got awoken, okay, and someone asked me as far as my gifts, I'm like, well, I had gifts ever since I was a little girl. I always digged spirituality. I believed in spirits, ghosts, all this stuff because I encounter it, okay? But I always had a strong believing in God and things of that sort, okay? I digress, okay? I'm just talking about me. But one thing I did when I opened up into my awakening, I realized that my guides and stuff say, listen, you're going to be healing yourself at the same time while you are advocating and healing for others. So this is why I go hard, because I remember in times of my life when I was in a down place, and hey, I'm still going through it right now as we speak, that I was alone and I didn't have nobody that can understand me. And I had to be there to help my siblings and help raise my siblings. And then I became a mom down the line, and I still was alone trying to find myself with so much trauma and things I dealt with. And I didn't have anybody that I can open up to relate to. But now it's like, I love this because the things I push out, I'm like, hey, I've been in this place. Or maybe it could just be similar to what I'm channeling, could be similar to what I have been through, but I could relate. And that's another thing too. Don't be afraid. Be comfortable to express things to an audience that's going to understand and relate to you. Okay? That's another thing. I will say that too. And I want to say this because this is coming out too. There's a lot of things coming out, and I feel like maybe somebody else needs to hear this. If you're in this part of your life that you feel confused right now to what is it that I can do? Like I've had some people I talk to in sessions, and they'll say, well, I don't even know what my purpose truly is. And I always tell people the easy way to do this is you got to connect within. Yeah. Your soul is in within you. You have a contract. You came here on earth for a reason. Your soul knows what you're supposed to do. All you have to do is connect and say, what am I supposed to be doing? Okay. And get a book and journal it. People tell me, I don't have any talents. I'm not good at anything. Yes, you are. We all have a talent that we are good in. I feel like the problem with it is when some people say that they don't have a talent that they're not good in, a lot of times it comes from comparison, looking at things you see in social media and what you feel is the trend. And it's not your fault, guys. It's just, this is how it's all set up. And you could look at what's the trend and you go, well, I don't have a talent of doing that. And then, of course, it also can go down a little more further with trauma. If you were raised by parents that were toxic and, made you feel like you never amounted to nothing, then yes, that might get, implanted in your head. And that's when you have to work more to your limiting belief system, because you have to work through the root problem before you even could get, up to the top to what you want to do. I always tell people healing goes hand in hand. Inner work goes hand in hand for the things that we want in our life. Just like I said in a video today, gratitude is one of the most powerful manifestations and powerful prayers. Before you can start asking for anything else, you have to say gratitude. Even when you're going through trials and tribulations in your life, you still got to find something out of that trial and tribulation to say gratitude to and mean it. Okay. So that's the same thing. Healing goes hand in hand with the things that, you know, we're trying to do. So for people that might be in this energy like, well, I want to do something, but I don't even know what my purpose is. You got to dig a little deeper here. You got to dig a little deeper here, right? You got to research here. Everybody has a talent and is good at something. But I felt this message is going to resonate. And listen, I'm saying this for my own self because as far as YouTube, I have 3 platforms. And this one is going on You Matter. I don't even know if I'm going to put this one on my regular page here. I don't know yet. But the point is, okay, I even tell myself that, like, listen, it's not about how many views I get. It's about the souls that receives it, okay? And when the time is right, your page and your the things you're working on will increase and it will get to where it needs to be, okay? But I do feel one of the big things is the comparison. I feel like if we spend less time comparison ourselves to what others are doing, that's when we can put in time of more what we can do. But at the same time now, okay, it's okay for you to be upset and be angry if you're putting in a lot of times in your stuff and you're not seeing that traction. That is totally normal, okay? We're humans, okay? Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and smile all day and say, I'm fine with that, okay? That's a reaction. There's nothing wrong with it. Suppress it, let it out, work through it, and move forward. But I am telling this message here is to not give up on your dreams. You guys really don't realize how close you are to having everything that is meant for you and to align for you, okay? But definitely for my small creators, definitely for small business owners here that is working tooth and nail, trust me, again, I'm keeping it real with you. I know, okay? This dream of mine that I have that I'm doing, I love to uplift people. I've been like this ever since I've been a little girl. I love to help people in some type of way. And God has put me in different directions to help people from down to healthcare into where I'm at now. And, you know, I got to a point, I said, listen, it's not even about the money and abundance. It's more about just the help here. And I know I'll get to the place to where I need to be. And I know I'm reaching the souls. And I'm glad if you even took 17 minutes of your time to look at this video and hear what this lady had to say. That in itself, I appreciate. Okay, so I just want to put this out here to tell anybody out here. Do not give up on yourself. I also want to tell somebody out here, if you feel like, hey, I don't want to do something no more. I feel like I want to switch it up. I thought that this was going to work for me. I want to do something else. That's okay. Don't let nobody out here make you feel bad for being authentically you. Don't let anybody here make you feel like you're a failure. Do not let anybody here make you feel like the things that you're doing is weird, crazy, doesn't make sense. Oh, well. You're not here to please everybody. And you have to realize that everybody ain't gonna like you. Okay, that's one thing I said with coming into this whole creating game and putting up videos. I already made my peace with that. I knew that. Everybody's not gonna like me. People not gonna resonate with everything I talk about. Okay, and it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You have to make peace with that. So do know that. And I feel like once you make that peace with that and you get comfortable with that, everything flows like water. But at the end of the day, collectives, this is your life. It's about your life, your happiness, your peace, your health, okay? All right, I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna let you go, okay? If you feel like anybody could benefit off this video or resonate off this video, share it. I do appreciate the shares, the likes, all that good stuff. And yeah, I can't even really say what platform this is gonna be on, but I know the main platform this is on You Matter. So, all right, take care of yourself, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye for now.